to receive what he has to impart. With that, let's enter into the next slide. Once again, let's understand the power of satsang. See, all the insights were delivered in Swamiji's past satsangs, which was being condensed into these 108 insights. And he's give a very, very fundamental understanding about the power of satsang. He says, whenever a sincere seeker melts down in the deep trust and relaxes, the transmission of the lamp happens automatically, whether you are sitting physically with me or not. This is the power of satsang. So understand, whenever truth are given to the entire cosmos, universe, not just to the beings on planet Earth, and you're seated in that openness, in that deep trust, and you're able to relax, all these truths, even though it's not happening at the real time, it may happen, in a sense that these satsangs were delivered many, like 5 years, 10 years ago. When you're in that openness to receive it, that transmission can happen even now. Okay? So he said, whether you're sitting with me physically or not, it doesn't matter. The truth will just penetrate you when you're open to receive it. Okay? So today, we're going to receive some very fundamental truth about past life. So let's enter into the first click, which is insight number 29. So Swamiji gave a very, very interesting insight about past life. Okay? He said there are 3 levels of past life that we need to know. Only when you start knowing which layer of the past life you're working on, then you can go to the depth of it. So he said, please understand, it is out of the past that your present is made of, right? And your future is going to be made. So understand, from the past, you create this, your present, and from the future is going to be made. So you need to understand how your past affects you. How your past you create this, still disturbing you, your present, and from molding you or changing your cognition or perception of the reality. So he said, first understand there are 3 layers of the past, 3 levels. The first level past is from the moment you assume this body, this birth. It means the moment you came to planet Earth till now. This is your first layer past. So it means the past of this perception of the reality. So then he said there is also a second level past. Is the time before you took this body, but after you took the identity which you carry and the many births you took after the first dust of identity gathered on your pure consciousness. Basically, it's all the bodies you have taken. Okay? All the bodies you have taken before this body. That means your past body that you have taken. That is your second layer past. Now, then what is the third layer past? Is even before you took the identity, that is the cosmic archive. Okay? So that is the zone that is beyond us. Only the enlightened beings can access to that. So for us, we can only work on the first layer and second layer. Enlightened Master, incarnation, can work on all the 3 layers. Okay? Next slide. So he said, let's understand a little bit deeper about these 3 levels of the past life. In the first level, which is basically all the incidents in this current birth, in this current life. Understand? This is first layer past. Give me a thumbs up, you understand this first layer past. Okay, great. Now, I think many people are more interested in the second layer past because these are the memories or experiences of many births that you have assumed in the past. And Swamiji said, I can call that as Gaba memory. That means the memories which you accumulated and the experiences which you had through many bodies. All the bodies you have assumed, whether it's animal body or human body. Okay, not confined to just human body. All the different bodies. It could be an insect, it could be an animal, it could be a fish, it could be a tortoise, it could be some, dogs or snakes, whatever, baby. and then human body. So all the bodies that you have assumed. Okay, it's the second layer path. Now, the third layer path is the path even before you assume this identity, which is pure consciousness. That is what the cosmic archive, where the past of the whole world is available. This is called Hiranyakaupa, okay, the cosmic womb. In Hiranyakaupa is like the cosmic womb. She said, understand, whenever I talk about my past, Swamiji's past, I talk from that third layer, because from that pure consciousness. Actually, if I have to really tell the truth, all the lives which have happened on planet Earth are all my past lives. Listen, all the lives which have happened on planet Earth are my past life. This is the ultimate statement from the third layer of the past life. This is the truth. Okay, so next slide. So from the Bhu-Gaba level, from the various bodies of the past, I collected the bio-memories which I wanted to create in this current body. So it is, this is his fourth incarnation. I specially chose a few bio-memories, and that is why I identify with those bio-memories more than others. Same way, when we come down, there are certain bio-memories you want to live again in the next body. So you pick. So, like for Swamiji, he said there are certain bio-memories, and he picked some of bio-memory from Devi Meenakshi, Bhagavan Sri Krishna. So there are certain bio-memories that he picked to create in this current incarnation so that he can do the mission he has assumed his body for. Okay? So understand the different levels of the past and past life. Then you will be able to understand very clearly how releasing those past heals your present and takes you to the future. Right now, because you don't have this understanding, a lot of your present is being, I would say, tainted by your past, whether it's incompletion or past wrong ideas, belief that you carry. As a result, your present moment, when you take decision, it affects your future. Your future is corrupted by your past memories, correct? Because you have some bad experience in the past, and then in the present you see something in front of you, and you only remember the past memory, and then you say, okay, I will not do this again, it's terrible, I won't do this again. So again, your future will have the smell of the same past. So you somehow loop around again, and in some way what Swamiji talked about, you destroy your future. Because your future is no longer pure future, which is created out of, all kinds of possibility. It is now being colored by your past, and as a result, you're reproducing some of the past again into the future. So this is where we should be aware and not repeat that and fall into this vicious cycle, looping. We keep attracting the same kind of incident or same kind of people to come and give us suffering and torture us or make us feel incomplete or feel guilty, or that you keep feeling that cycle or feeling depressed. Understand? Unless you understand this three-layer path, then a breakthrough is not going to be possible, because you do not know how all these are interconnected. So once you know these three layers of the past, you know how to be very focused on how to work at least on the first two layers from your knowledge. Okay, next slide. So in Shiva Sutras, Shiva actually gave a very, very beautiful technique. He said, if you just sit and even remember those memories, so many blockages associated with those memories will leave your system through the Kuma Nadi. So first, listen first. The Shiva Sutras technique is given, which is what we know as the completion technique. Okay, it's from there. That's the original source, Shiva Sutras. Okay. Now, then he said, that's why he says, sit and remember, reliving means relieving yourself from the past. And you will just leave you through the Kumar Nadi. Kumar Nadi is somewhere around here, your wrist area, okay? In our body, there are many nadis, total 72,000 nadis. So Kumar Nadi is one of the nadis, one of the important nadis. And they say that when you do completion through using this technique, you can just, all those memories can just leave your system through this Kumar Nadi. Understand, just simple remembrance, actual remembrance will lead to relieving it, right? The whole process of relieving the incident again will automatically relieve the engraved memory, the samskara, the engrams, which you accumulated unnecessarily in this birth, in this life. So all the blockages which you created unnecessarily in this life can just leave the system when you start relieving it. Have the courage to relieve it, because a lot of people, they try to escape from their past pain or hurt because they don't want to experience the pain again. But the problem is only by relieving it, then the whole memories gets dissolved from your system, get completed, leave your system for good. But when you don't have the courage to open up that part of you, so that thing become, like a memories get stuck inside there and create more blockages, eventually lead to more and more diseases and leading you to death. So not able to face your past is something that, we need to overcome, the fear of facing the past. So coming to terms with the past will awaken the intuition in you to come to terms with the future. Understand? Your future can never be bright or wonderful unless you're able to come to the terms with your past. Because you have already gotten some hangover from the past and you're stuck with that. And you don't want to look at it, don't want to deal with it. You allow it to sit inside like a cancer cell. And by after that, you start to becoming sick, whether it's psychologically, having some disorder, depression, anxiety, insomnia, whatever kind of mental disturbance, and then lead to some physical sickness, low energy, tiredness all the time, some diseases in different organs, all this kind of thing. It's because we never want to deal with these, disturbances, these memories that continue to bring disturbance inside us. So when you come to terms to say, yes, I have to deal with this past, I don't want to suffer anymore, I'm ready to complete, and so that I'm liberated from that memories, that decision, and be able to go through that whole process of completion, then it awakens your intuition. The intuition will help you to come to terms with your possibility in the future. So that is what is needed, why we need to deal with your past life. First layer past and second layer past. Understand? Thumbs up. Okay, third layer past you cannot do, it's cosmic archive. Only enlightened master can do it. It's beyond your realm, beyond you. So at least work on first layer and second layer. Most important, first layer first, because this is what you are living and breathing, suffering in this, where you are still in this body, right? And then the second layer, when you're ready. That's why Swamiji once told one devotee, very funny. This devotee asked Swamiji, can you open my past life memory? Like, let me see my past life. Swamiji told him, you are not even able to handle this life memory. If I open your past life memory, you will go nuts. You will go crazy. You will just collapse. So I say, that's why he said, deal with your first layer memories of first layer past first. Do completion with this layer first. Then when you become more and more complete with this present birth, then you can open up to the second layer past. without having that knowledge of or the space of completion, you can't handle second layer past, because so many bodies you're assuming, so many things, you may be overwhelmed, you may just go totally shaken. You can't handle it with any intelligence or intuition if you are not complete in the first place. So, next slide. So now I'd like you to take a few minutes. Please bring out your book of heart, your notebook, whatever. Contemplate the 3 layers past that Swamiji has revealed to all of us. And I'd like you to divide your paper in 3 columns. Okay, you can pen down whatever incidents from the past which still disturb you. Something that still disturb you, you just pen it down, and then give you a understanding that these are something that happened in my past, and I'm still processing it, or I'm still not able to completely drop it. Just at least have that awareness that right now there's certain part of the past that you're still having to deal with. Please take a few minutes, write on your paper or on your book of heart. See, I just arrived from Kashi, Varanasi this morning. And obviously I had a darshan of Kalavairava, and Kalavairava is the Lord of time and space. So it's just so apt that we're dealing with the topic on the past and past life by His grace. So please take this opportunity to do the work, because otherwise, if you don't do it now, after the session, you will just forget it. You just park it one side, you never deal with it. So take this opportunity when you're in the session, do the work. And you're in the energy field of Swamiji, His breathing space. So if you sincerely work on those contemplation, manana, He can simply, through His power initiation, allow you to go beyond whatever you're stuck in, and you start living the truth of what Swamiji wants to tell us in this insight. So take a few minutes, please write it down. If you feel that there's still certain some scar or engraved memory that you're still not able to overcome, write it down. Even though you don't know which column you fall into, okay, never mind, just write it down. Take the opportunity to work on it when we are sitting in Swamiji's breathing space. Like for instance, a lot of people carry the guilt. The guilt is coming from the non-acceptance of what you did in the past. You're not able to forgive yourself. You're not able to accept what you did. That's why comes the guilt. Guilt is the sure killer of intelligence. If you carry a lot of guilt, be very clear you're not very intelligent. You make a lot of stupid decisions. So you need to go beyond the guilt, because the guilt means you're not able to accept that some mistake you have done or some wrong decision you have made in the past, and it's still blaming yourself, self-blaming and self-hatred happening inside. So that is one thing which is from this first layer past, your present life past, that you're not able to, drop it. You're not able to complete with it. So if you're carrying guilt, be very clear, is this first layer past. And second layer past are some of the things that you're suffering, but you cannot remember what incident. How come I'm like this? How come I'm feeling this? And if you're not able to remember any incident in this present life, we very clear it comes from the second layer. It means some past birth that you have brought the bio memory from past birth, and then you're still the seed from the last past life, and still suffering from the kind of mental setup from the past life, the vasana, okay, the seed from the past birth, and this birth we are still suffering from it because we didn't deal with it, we didn't complete with that in the past life. So now in this birth it is sprouting out based on whatever life incident you go through. It just sprout again. So that gives you a kind of a sense of what are the layers of the past that you're still stuck in. And then the next step of Swamiji's solution is to do completion, right? Complete with the past, or complete with the past life, so that you bring completion to that memories and allow it to leave your system and awaken your intuition. Your intuition, the ability to know even before things happen, or the ability to know even without any precedence. It's something brand new in a situation. Spontaneously you're able to know what is the best decision to take. That intuition comes only when you are complete with your past. Okay? Understand? If you want to be intuitive, make sure all your past are done, are complete. You don't have all this hanging in the inner space as dust. If you have too much, all this past hanging in the inner space as dust, it will cloud your ability to see things clearly. Okay? Done? If you are done with this contemplation, we can move on to the next insight. Yes? Alright, so now let's enter into insight number 30. Swamiji says, ignorance is suffering, it's not cute. Don't be ignorant. Okay? He said, let me define ignorance. Any thought you conceive but did not take it to its logical conclusion is ignorance. Okay, this is based on Yoga Sutra. When Swamiji was expounding on Yoga Sutra. So these four insights, they are taken from Yoga Sutra's satsangs when Swamiji was doing it. So this is another one he talked about ignorance. Okay. Now he say, whenever you have certain thought, like you're pregnant with a thought current, and you did not take it to the logical conclusion, that means the whole understanding, that is ignorance. Because you didn't complete the whole cycle of understanding. So if you just leave it there, it will only remains as ignorance. But if you start making decisions based on that ignorance, it becomes suffering. Because you only know like half of the information, or maybe some of it's just a thought current, but it's not a clear understanding about the truth. So when you make decision based on that half-baked idea, well, naturally you're going to lead to suffering, correct? So you are stuck with an intellectual perversion. You use this word, intellectual perversion. That means intellectually you use your mind to try to understand, and then you think that is the answer. That is, I'm going to do make my decision based on this intellectual knowledge. And using that perverted conclusion as a strategy for your further actions. And that leads to more and more suffering. So ignorance is the root cause of all your sufferings. Understand? Whatever you're suffering, please be very clear, because of your ignorance. Only with clarity, with the truth, understanding of the truth, you can be liberated from the suffering, because you know what kind of right decision to take. But because of this perverted intellectual understanding of some kind of ideas, and then you just base your life to go and, as a life strategy for your further action, then naturally it's going to cause you to suffer, right? So he said, I've seen people forming the strategy of their life without plugging the hole in their logical thinking and getting caught, stuck. When they are stuck, they become angry. Angry with Guru, angry with people, angry with themselves, angry with the whole cosmos. Angry, like an angry bird. Towards whatever and whoever is in front of them. It's like someone who comes in front, they're just angry, just throw their violence and anger, verbal abuse in front of the people. Because of the anger, they can't control the anger, the emotional anger, because they're stuck. They don't know, they know that they make a wrong decision and they're suffering, but they don't know how to come out of it. They're in a mess. In that mess, they get angry with themselves, with everything, and then they start abusing. So that their anger does not really follow a logical route. That means they're angry because they do not know what to do. They're desperate, so they just become violent. They become just trying to release themselves, just becoming angry with people, with themselves. They start throwing things around. They start beating people up sometimes. So these are reactions of people when they have ignorance. Ignorance is what is the root cause of all the suffering, whether it's losing money, having sick body, a broken relationship, not able to manifest what you want, all aspect of your life. If ignorance is there, then you should know. Just see, if you just take a simple example around. Just look in, where are the sources of conflict that you have right now in your life? Is it because you're having a lot of relationship issue, you're not able to complete with a lot of people, or you have problem in manifesting wealth, or even the career you want, for instance? So all these are nothing but your ignorance. So if you have certain conflict in your life, just look at where is the root cause of the suffering. That means where the ignorance is your blind spot. Okay? So even for people like who think that suicide is the way to end all this suffering, they should know that suicide is also ignorance. It's not the right strategy. Understand? They think that, just by ending this life, over. No. They do not know consciously they are going to suffer in a more pain and more intensity when they are in the body. But they do not know. But if we tell them, no, don't do this, this is not only abuse of life, disrespect life, but your consciousness is going to suffer so much more, then they won't, if they understand this truth, then they will not take life for granted like that, right? But people, when they don't know, they think that,
if you not commit suicide.
Yeah, they think that, committing suicide is the way out. No, never. So this is the ignorance that we are stuck in. They think that suicide is the way out in many things. Next slide. Next slide. And the data. Where are you? Yes, thank you. So he says, any thought which you start is a child, okay? Any thought which you have is like a child in you. The moment a thought happens in you, you're pregnant. See that it grows and grows. cherish it, nourish it properly, and take it to its logical conclusion. Means grow it, deliver it, and after delivering it, see that it grows and become a mature adult. Any thought, huh? He's talking about thought. So stop the very conceiving process by unclutching, or stop the very conceiving process of unclutching. If you unclutch, then you will not have thought. Otherwise, if you have a thought, make sure that you go through the entire process till you reach a mature adult. It means take it to the logical conclusion. Otherwise, if you abort it, it's like, you're having abortion of any thought. So if you have already conceived, and let's say you're pregnant with the idea of thought, see that it is cherished, nourished, grown, delivered, and become a mature individual. Okay, got it? Let's say Swamiji give you an inspiration. I need to be a Nirahari. I need to do Nirahara Samyama. I need to detox my body. Let's say he give you an inspiration. Somehow you're watching some of his video on YouTube or something you read on his book, and the idea came, oh, I should do this. Oh, I should try this. Okay, some inspiration come. And all those inspiration that comes from, let's say, guru or divine, is like a child. You're pregnant with that thought current, the idea. Then he says, the moment you have that, you're pregnant. That means you need to grow it, cherish it, and take it to the logical conclusion. Like for instance, you decided, oh, I'm going to do the Patipadanivatram next year. And you said that I'm going to do it properly with authenticity. Make sure that everything that is given by Devi, in the prescribed detox routine, I'm going to do it authentically. So at least from there, you will take it to the logical conclusion. It's not like you just say, okay, I'm going to do this detoxification, but after that, you forget it. After that, 1-2 days, you just decided, oh, it's not for me. I don't think it's too hard. I'm going to drop it. So like this, you're not nourishing, you're not able to take it to the logical conclusion. You just halfway aborted it. A lot of times we abort ideas or inspiration that comes to us. That moment we're like so excited. Wow, I think if I can do this, the whole world is going to be a better place, for instance. But when you're in the process of doing it, you never take it to the logical conclusion. You just, in a moment, spur a moment, you just want to do it, but you never know how to plan it properly in such that it become a reality. It become delivered. You just do it in a spur moment. After that, you don't have the energy or nor the ability to see the larger picture or the ability to uncover all the blind spot or work intensely to make it happen. And then you try to kill it halfway, or even kill it even before you start. The inspiration was there, and then after that you feel, oh, too difficult, drop it. So all these kind of things make us stop our possibility because of the ignorance. Okay, so life is a simple management. He said, if you know clearly the strategy for your future, life just flows. Don't be stuck halfway. A stuck thought is equivalent to an aborted child. That's why he said you're just having an abortion, because it was given inspiration to you, but you didn't do it. You didn't bring it to fruition. So if you bring an aborted child to the feet of the master, like how Parashit is, I think, in addition, has brought to Krishna, the child can be revived by his touch. The possibility is there. It means a perverted intellect can reach its logical conclusion, which is restful awareness. But if you try to take that aborted child and throw it onto the master, and then you're in danger. It can never hit the master, but it will come back to you with more danger and power. So understand, whenever you have conceived with an idea, some thought that you want to do, he said that take it to the feet of the master. That means allow the master's energy to work with you so that you make it into you're able to deliver the whole thing as an experience. Say, don't abort it halfway. Or just throw it to myself. Okay, Swamiji, I want to do this. You know, now it's your problem. And you don't take the responsibility. Because it's your idea and you just throw it to this master. I said, that's very dangerous. You need to take the responsibility so that the child is delivered. Understand? Next slide. Next slide. Okay. So intellectual perversion is the most dangerous poison. Most dangerous suffering, the worst way of committing suicide. Okay, that's the way Swamiji, decoded. He said, please understand, the worst way of committing suicide is intellectual perversion. When you don't know that you're committing intellectual perversion, you don't even know that you're committing suicide. So the ignorance which you are carrying inside is not an ordinary poison. So look into it very clearly, work on it very strongly. Anything which is not complete in you, don't allow it. Never allow anything that is not complete in you, because it become a poison inside you. Either burn it by unclutching from it. It means because unclutching has the power to burn the whole thing, or take it to its logical conclusion. Once you are able to take it to the logical conclusion, you fall into restful awareness, which is the empty space, the silence. So don't leave it in between, neither here or there, because it can torture you, and it is the worst way of committing suicide. The torture, just like the guilt, you're not able to forgive yourself for what you did, something in the past, and you don't want to complete with it. And that thing is still hanging inside your inner space and torturing you in one way or another. Okay, he said this is the worst way of committing suicide. Not only just physical suicide, but spiritual suicide. So, understand, ignorance is the cause of identification of consciousness as matter and matter as consciousness. It is responsible for all sufferings you have in your life. ALL, all suffering. If you have suffering, be very clear, it is due to ignorance. Come out of your ignorance. Look at it with clarity, with understanding. Bring it to the logical conclusion. Next slide. So, let's contemplate on this truth. So, Swamiji said ignorance is suffering. You can recall any incident which brought you suffering due to ignorance. I had so many of those in the past. Before I met Swamiji, too many. I remember one of those. Ignorance is dealing with wealth. Then body is another. A lot of ignorance with dealing with this body. Don't know how to handle this body, which is a pure intelligence, independent intelligence. And then ignorance in relationship, how to have fulfilling relationship. Ignorance is in my true self, who I am. That ignorance is also another thing that brought me to so much suffering, including cancer. Not knowing who I am brought me to have cancer. That only coming to Swamiji, that he healed me completely, and he gave me that understanding. So all suffering, whether it's sickness like cancer, chronic diseases, some broken relationship, anything, is just ignorance. So list down where you have been in terms of how your ignorance has caused you to suffer. Just pen down, contemplate. And if you have completed some of those ignorance, you have taken it to the logical conclusion, you don't have to write it because you already deal with it. You have already given birth to that child. But if there are still some that hanging in the air, the child you're pregnant but you do not know is having a hard labor. Okay, inside is not, it's not coming out yet. It's having a difficult labor. Then this is where you need to look in. Where are the ignorance which is causing you not to be able to deliver the child? Especially when you work with Swamiji in a very, very close way. I remember whenever you are inspired to do something, and then if you don't take the responsibility to basically take it to the logical conclusion, then deliver. When you get caught by him, then you will understand the CO side of Swamiji. I've seen it. Wow, that's a new aspect of Swamiji I've never seen. Okay, so if we're done with this, let's enter into the next click. Insight number 30 first. Okay, this is again. Now, Swamiji give a very important truth that you need to catch when you're working on the past. How to handle your past. This is the next layer, right? First, he defined what are the 3 layers of the past. Now, this is one very powerful technique that you need to learn. Okay, he said, look as the past as it is. Look at the past as it is. Sorry. So when you constantly look at your past with the idea of planning your future based on it, you don't look at the past as it is. It means your past is already tainted with your future desire, your future, what you want from the future. He said when you project your future onto the past, you cannot remember the past as it happened, because you only remember it as per the strategy plan you have for the future. Understand? Because you don't see things happen as it is. You see it from what you want from the future. So he said man always wants his past to be in tune with the way in which he wants to present his future. So you will try to alter and rewrite your history. You try to present something based on what you want in the future. Okay? So that is stopping you from seeing the past as it is. Next. For example, he gives a very good example. So listen carefully. Then you'll be able to understand the click what he's trying to say. He said, you may think that your beloved, let's say whoever is your beloved, your spouse or something, is the most important person in your life. And you have never loved anyone or anything as much as you love her or him, depending on your gender. But if you look into your past, you will see that when you were a baby, you love your teddy bear with the same intensity. When you're a child, you love your teddy bear, you love your toy, your Barbie doll, whatever it may be, the toy that you're closest, most connected with. You love that toy with the same intensity, right? So you miss your toys and your candy and your nanny with the same intensity at that time, right? Now, after growing up, you have dropped those attachments. Your taste has evolved, right? Because you've grown up, your taste has also changed. Because they are no longer useful for your life or future. You don't need a nanny anymore, right? You don't need a toy anymore and candy anymore. So you drop all these things which you used to, view as your life when you were a child. But when you look back at those past, you measure with your current desire. You project the future into the past and remember only what you want in the way you want to remember it. So you don't remember the whole past exactly as it happened. Do you understand what Swamiji is trying to say? Do you understand what he's trying to say in this example? So like for instance, he said, now your desire has changed, right? You're grown up now. You want to have a fulfilling marriage, a spouse that you can count on, for instance, because he's talking about your beloved. Okay, your beloved. So now you're grown up and you want to find someone, your beloved, and he said that after growing up, you have dropped all those attachments to your toys, your candy, and your nanny, whatever it may be, because they are no longer applicable to you now, because you are now in your 20s, 30s, for instance. But when he said, when you look back at your past, when you were a child, and you look at it from the context of, how you want to live your life with, a married life with someone. From this projection, okay, you project your future into this past when you were a child. Then you see that you don't remember when you were a child what exactly happened at that time, because you'll be seeing only from this future of you wanting to have a beloved, someone in your life. Do you understand what Swamiji is trying to say? Do you understand? In the second paragraph. So what he's saying is, let's say in your adulthood life, you want to find someone whom you can call your beloved. Okay, obviously after growing up, you want to get into a relationship, a fulfilling relationship. So when you're looking for a fulfilling relationship, when you look at that as your current desire, and you project that's your future, what you want in terms of a spouse, and you project this future into the past, and only remember what you want, because now you're carrying that as you're preoccupied with that current desire. So whatever you see in the past will not be as it is. You only see it based on your current desire of finding a beloved. Do you understand? So next slide. So he said, but I tell you, you can experiment it. You can try when you're free. He says, see a child playing with a toy, enjoying a candy or doing something very joyfully, right? Try to snatch that thing from that child and you see how he gasps for breath. He start crying, right? He start, chasing after him, while he's missing that candy or something that you just snatched away from his hand. See the intensity and the length of the breath in that child, how he's gasping for breath because he's struggling, with the lost. And see when somebody is struggling for love in life, you see the intensity of both will be the same. Understand? Or the child will have more intensity. Maybe the child have more intensity because they're in the pure space. So when you project the future into the past, you won't have the clear understanding needed to make the right decision about your future. So you're stuck. Understand? So never project your future into the past. Because with that only, you will not see things as it is. Like for instance, I'll give you one example. You want to have a beautiful relationship with your mother, but your mother is not, you didn't have a very good relationship with your mother. Okay? Your desire to have a good mother, like how you see how the people, how come somebody's mother is so nice, my mother is not so nice. You have that desire. And because you carry that desire and viewing what your experiences with her in the past, do you see her as she is? No, right? You will see her from what you want her to be, because what you want her to be in the future. You will not be able to, see her as she is at that point, as you experience her in the past. That is what Swami is giving this experience. Say, look at the past as it is, but right now you're not looking at the past as it is because you're tainted with your future desire, what you want in the future. Understand now? And because of that, you're stuck. You can't see things clearly. Next slide. So look at the past as it is and see how much fulfillment did you have after achieving the deep craving you had. Let's say you have some craving, and then how much fulfillment you feel. You're not remembering the real craving you had, you're remembering the superficial craving you had as the strong craving in your life. When you understand all the cravings you had and the fulfillment you experienced without projecting the future into the past, you will just know you are Ashadosha, basically easily pleased. You are easily pleased. You're just like Mahadeva, easily contented, easily pleased. But because of all this projection, you're not able to settle into your needs. You want one. I want this, I want this, I want this. You keep having a lot of one, and not easily pleased. So he said, if I can teach this one science to the kids, I will have millions of enlightened beings. This is a science that creates enlightened beings. If I teach this one science to the youth, to the adults, I will have at least 1 million enlightened sannyasis. So this is one important click that leads you to become an enlightened beings, because you will see the past as it is and not get stuck with your mind of your desire and destroy, your past by projecting what you want in the future into the past. Got it? Thumbs up? Now, you can look at this, do a little bit more deeper contemplation. Next slide. See how we have missed life when we don't understand this technique or this truth. It is such a deep insight. When I read it, I was like, oh my God, so many of us are caught with this, I call it Maya. So contemplate on how you miss to see life as it is due to your projection of the future into the past. Like you wanted someone to be like this, like you want your spouse to be like this, and then you were not able to see your spouse as the person it is in the past. So in all relationship, even with yourself, okay? With yourself, how you see you see yourself to be in the future, and then you're not able to see yourself in the past as it is. So from all this aspect, how we are not what Swamiji talked about, intellectual perversion, because everything is kept at the mind level, at the mental level. You're not seeing things as it is from the consciousness level. That is the problem. So see everything from consciousness rather than your perverted intellect, which is the source of suffering and missing life and not seeing life as it is. Okay? Now if you see every click that Swamiji gave, or every powerful cognition, you can sit with yourself, after the session, or in the morning, or take the next 1 more week to work on some aspect, whatever you have jotted down or what you have penned down, and see how to take it to the completion, or how to take it to the logical conclusion, which is he said, so that you fall back to the restful awareness. You come back to that pure awareness space. It means it is dissolved back. It becomes an intelligence. It becomes an intuition. It's not sitting there bugging you and disturbing you. All right, next click. This is the final insight for today. It's again talk about suffering, right? Talk about past and the suffering. He says suffering can become an addiction. Do you know? People are addicted to suffering. They are not even aware they're addicted to that, and that is the most scary part of it. So he's a researcher in the University of California in the USA reported that long-term or complicated grief activates neurons in the reward center of the brain. You know how the brain has reward center, right? And possibly giving these memories addiction-like property. It means you make you feel like you're addicted to it. I've seen people, they are so addicted to the suffering, they cannot enjoy it in a very subtle way, which they are not even aware. They don't want to come out, they want to continue to suffer. So I always tell people, suffering becomes almost an addiction over the years. People are very happy with it. Without that, they feel something is missing. That is what I call mature pain body. See, the mature pain body means what? The body is so used to the pain that if you feel that it's not pain, you feel something is wrong. Means you are so used to having the pain body, and you kind of starting to enjoy it. It means that the pain body has overgrown, that it now has its own independent intelligence to reproduce constantly, reproduce the pain again and again and again. Once the physical body is matured, it has the capacity to give birth to more bodies like itself. Same way, if the pain body gets mature beyond a certain level, it goes on expanding, giving birth to itself. It means more pain gets created. It goes on reproducing more and more and more pain bodies just like itself. So that's why you see some people, once they get into certain pain, and if they don't deal with the pain, they don't heal the wounds, they actually go on producing more and more pain bodies. Next slide. So catching the pain body and taking care that it does not become more and more mature is a very important step in our life, whether you're a seeker or you're just ordinary human being. If the engraved memories are left without cleaning, removing them, the suffering will slowly become like an addiction. Just like how you're addicted to alcohol, you're addicted to cigarettes, addicted to coffee, pain can also become an addiction. Okay? Suffering can also become an addiction. If you don't know the technology or the technique to clean up and remove them, it is a very revealing discovery. Swamiji, based on the research he revealed in the earlier slide, he said it means you will start feeling very comfortable with the painful memories, and you even start enjoying a kind of juicy feeling with these memories. It is very dangerous. It not only becomes a lifestyle, but your brain starts believing that it is the juice of the life. You need to have pain. You know, like people say, no pain, no gain. You need to feel that, oh, I'm going through so much pain. But so much, there's no need to go through all this pain. I'm already done all the tapas. I can just simply liberate you. But you say, no, I just want to go through the pain. Just like have you gone through, I want to go through all, by the time you go through all the pain, you have missed the Guru. So that in itself is the worst samskara, the worst engraved memory. The moment you encourage the pain body in you, meaning the samskara, they occupy you completely. Next slide. So people who feel suffering is the juicy part of the life are called rakshasa, that means demons. Okay? Demons enjoy suffering as a juicy part of their life. Whoever feel that, oh, I love suffering, be very clear, you're rakshasa. Okay, accept that, you're demons. They go on hurting somebody or hurting themselves so that they can have something juicy in their life. Whoever enjoys suffering and hurting others, please be very clear, you are just a demon, demonic in nature. Because you not only make yourself suffer, you make others suffer also. So never encourage the growth of the pain memory in you. Say no to suffering. Don't even entertain the demon of rakshasa, the suffering, to create pain. Understand? Next slide. So in this satsang, Swamiji gave a meditation technique to relieve the past. Just now you've done some homework, so I'm going to guide you all into a meditation. You're going to sit comfortably with the eyes closed, with spine straight. Sit, remember the engraved memories or past memories, the samskara that you carry in any particular area in your life, whether it's personal life, health, career, relationship, anything. Okay? Anything, you can pick one. Relieve them as vividly as you can, relieving them with intelligence, but digest them naturally. That means we're going to do like a completion, right? So letting the energy and the wisdom stay, while the unnecessary part will just automatically disappear from your system. So you can pick whatever you penned down just now. If you identify one thing in your life, whether it's your incompletion with the body, with sickness, or manifestation of abundance and wealth, work, whatever career you want to do, or even relationship, you want to have beautiful relationship but you're not able to manifest because something happened. So pick one area and then we'll do this meditation technique. Okay, something that happened in your past. So please bring your eye band. Go and take your eye band. Hey, Mahavu Charitra. You just joined?
No, Ma, I've always been here. It's just that I didn't turn on the video.
No. You just joined today only, right?
Oh, you mean this series? Yes.
Yeah. Today you first time I see you in this series.
Yes.
Today we're doing with the past. Okay, so pick one area, because if I listed out a few, you do it on yourself separately, but pick one today. Especially we're now connected to Swamiji's breathing space, as if he's talking to us in this satsang. So let's work on it. If you have something that you are still stuck and not able to bring completion, let's burn that through the power of this technique. Okay, put on your eye band. You done? So sit with the back straight. Before we enter into the process, let's pray to Swamiji, requesting him to bring completion to this part of your past, whether it's this first layer past or second layer past, whatever may be still disturbing you. Allow him to bring completion to all of you, all of us also, and just sit now. Declare from the space of completion you're going to relieve that incident or that aspect of your life. Just go through that, relieving them with consciousness, just seeing everything from the consciousness, not from your samskara, from your mind. And allow that to digest all those samskara naturally, letting the energy, the wisdom stay, and all the unnecessary part just disappear from your system. I'm going to pray the Mahavakya for a while, and then let's start.
I welcome you all with my love and respect. Let you all open all your three eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Paramashivam. Nithyananda 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 Paramashivam. Paramashivam. Nithyananda 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 Paramashivam.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Relax. You can open your eyes now. We don't have time to do very long meditation, so if you experience this technique, you will be able to complete with that. Allow all this engraved memory to leave your Kuma Nadi. It means the Nadi is here. The Kuma Nadi is at the wrist here. Okay, so how's the experience? Anyone have anything to share? Let's see, there's some. Oh, okay. Anyone want to share? How was the experience? Or silence? Silence is good. This is only 11. I didn't have time to go to 21. So, see, try to do it on your own when you have more time. Sit with yourself to go through this, whatever that has been revealed to you today, and whatever you discover, whatever engraved memories that are still an issue for you in your life. Then try to work on it so that you can completely come out of that. And remember, ignorance is not cute. Ignorance is the cause of all suffering. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's session. Powerful session with a lot of very powerful insights about the past and how to be more intelligent to see past as it is. He said this science is basically unclutching. I tell you honestly, when you see the past as it, when you unclutch from all your mind, you just see things as it is. That in itself leads you to become, enlightened. So that is another way of Swamiji telling us, please unclutch from your past, unclutch from your future, just see things as it is. Okay, so it seems that there's no question, nobody is asking questions. We finish the next few slides once again. The new season of Paramashivam has started on the 12th, which is last week, and we invite all of you to join daily darshan in Singapore time 7 a.m. and then if you are able to join some of the Paramashivam home level 1, 2, 3, it starts at 7 p.m. our time. Next slide. So the next session, lesson number 9, falls on the 25th of September, next Wednesday. So I really encourage all of you to enrich more people to the power of satsangs, because all these satsangs, some of you may have not known Swamiji when he delivered these satsangs. It's good to revisit. From that space, he shared this truth with the world. Because sometimes you don't have time to go through all Swamiji's books or Swamiji's YouTube videos. Sometimes these kind of insightful snippets from the past satsangs are very, very useful to remind us about the truth and how we can internalize them, and become part of life. Okay? So I hope you find this session interesting and useful. Give me a thumbs up if you feel this is an interesting session or useful session. Great. So with that, I will conclude now with the Purna mantra. Thank you all for joining. Put a hand in our Manjari Mudra. Let's bow down to Swamiji, our beloved Guru, who had given us so many powerful understanding, the sacred knowledge about the past and the past lives, and the techniques to go beyond them. So let's finish with the Purna mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Saubam Bhagava Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Parada Paramastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you, Nithyanandam. See you next week. Okay, you can stop the recording. I shut down the TV.